No, I was for a year.
Oh, you were, and you still have your bar card?
I'm sorry?
You still have your bar card?
Yeah, well,
Well,
unless I get targeted for daring to represent a
listen,
former president.
You would.
That laugh, that pause, that brutal reminder Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett just exposed the broken trail of Trump's lawyers while mocking the very man sitting right in front of her. But to understand why this laugh hit so hard, we need to rewind.
We're not gonna play. We're gonna do Miss Winebanks. Have you heard of any of these lawyers? I've got Robert Cheeley, Kenneth Chesborough, Jeffrey Clark, Matthew DePerno, John Eastman, Jenna Ellis, Michael Farino, Rudy Giuliani, Julia Halia. I got a long list. Have you heard of any of them?
Crockett came loaded with receipts. One by one, she rattled off Trump's legal dream team. But here's the truth. Most of them are now disgraced, indicted or stripped of their law licenses. According to CNN and official court filings, Rudy Giuliani was suspended from practicing law in both New York and Washington, D.C. for spreading false election claims. Jenna Ellis and John Eastman have also faced disciplinary action, with Ellis officially censured by the Colorado Supreme Court in 2023. Crockett's point was crystal clear. If these are the people Trump handpicked, what does that say about him?
That we talk about what two-tier really looks like. And Mr. Trustee, since you've been a prosecutor before, I'm curious to know, have you ever had a criminal defendant that had over 80 counts in 4 different jurisdictions and somehow was not held pretrial? I know that you talked in your opening about your interpretation.
Boom, she landed it, 80 counts, 4 jurisdictions. And still Donald Trump walks free, while ordinary defendants with far fewer charges sit behind. Bars awaiting trial, Crockett is not just asking questions, she's pulling back the curtain on America's two-tier justice system.
Trial that's going on right now. Have you ever had a defendant that violated a gag order and then you went to the judge and the judge didn't lock them up and they done it at least 10 times? I think it's 10. I'm losing count right now. Have you ever had somebody violate?
In 35 years, I had never seen a defendant.
This is where the room froze. A seasoned prosecutor admitted it. In his entire career, he's never seen a defendant violate a gag order 10 times and still walk out of court. According to NBC News, Judge Tanya Chutkan imposed a gag order on Trump in the D.C. election interference case after repeated public attacks. Legal experts note that most defendants would face jail after even one violation, but Trump has been warned multiple times without being detained. Crockett turned that into a sledgehammer.
You haven't had gag orders. Intimidating witnesses. Have you ever had a defendant that you were prosecuting and they were intimidating witnesses and they didn't somehow end up in the clank?
Witness tampering. Gag order violations, 80 charges across multiple states, and yet one man, Donald Trump, seems to play by a different rule book. Crockett's strategy was clear. Force the lawyers to admit the abnormal, the unthinkable, and the dangerous.
2025, which is dedicated to creating the playbook for the next conservative administration and what it calls the Project Pillars, correct?
We are proud contributors to Project 2025.
Okay.
And here, Crockett shifted gears. She aimed straight at Project 2025, the controversial conservative plan that critics say is a roadmap for authoritarian control. She listed it all. Eliminate the Department of Education, deploy the military against U.S. protesters, replace career civil servants with partisan loyalists, block the FBI from countering foreign disinformation campaigns. It sounded less like a policy agenda and more like a manual for dismantling democracy.
Ever funny? And Project 2025 is giving the playbook for authoritarianism as well as the next dictator to come in. And I know that you are doing your jobs here by making sure that hopefully
That line hit like a thunderclap. Crockett was not just debating lawyers, she was warning America. She told the room and the cameras that Project 2025 is nothing less than a blueprint for dictatorship, and then she landed her final blow.
That no one gets indicted because someone says so. There takes a grand jury, and the grand jury is comprised of American citizens that sit down and review evidence, and they make the determination. And when and if Trump is convicted.
Case closed. Jasmine Crockett shredded Trump's defenders, exposed the failures of his lawyers, and put Project 2025 on trial in front of the nation. This was not just laughter. This was accountability. Served loud. Clear and on record, Trump's legal team is collapsing. Many of his former lawyers are disbarred, indicted, or disgraced. Trump gets privileges no ordinary defendant ever would. 80 charges, repeated gag order violations, and still no jail. Project 2025 is not just policy, it is power. Crockett exposed it as a dangerous plan to undermine democracy itself. If you believe these moments need to be seen and heard, hit subscribe, drop a comment with your thoughts on Project 2025, and share this video so more people know what is at stake, because as Jasmine Crockett reminded us, dictatorships are never funny.